What is up, YouTube? PPS is back here. It is Tuesday, March 8th. I'm back. I just went live about 15 minutes ago with my boy V Money. We dropped a quick 30-minute video dropping our 4 favorite plays for today. So I'm actually just going to drop my 2 in here. I know a lot of you guys just like to have the recap from yesterday, like to just pop in, check out the plays and pop out. Obviously do have all of these plays dropped on my last video. I will have that at the end of the video if you want to click that. At the end of that video, we'll have a ticker on the bottom with all 4 of our plays. So make sure you follow that. Make sure you follow V Money, one of my favorite guys in the industry. I'm just going to drop my plays, a little bit of info on both. Won't be too long, probably trying to keep it in like a 10-minute range here. So first one, we have to get to our recap. We dropped this play. I watched the first half. I had to go pop somewhere, run an errand quick. All of a sudden, I ended up looking at it and I lost. It was an 85-point first half. Felt so good. And then I don't know what happened. South Dakota State just blew these dudes out the water. They're a tough team, man. I mean, you got to pretty much back them until the wheels fall off. This team is so good. I'm curious if they make the tournament, even if they lose tonight against North Dakota State. But I have 2 plays. One of them is going to be early. One of them is a little bit later in the day. I'll start out with the earliest one, and I'm going to be backing Clemson tonight. I don't know if you guys remember, but we did back Wake Forest about a week and a half ago as the biggest bet of the night, facing the same NC State team. NC State is absolutely abysmal on defense. One of the worst defenses I've actually ever watched in a Power 5 conference. The overs in their game are 19 and 12 this season. And the reason why is because their defense is horrendous, right? They are, let's see, there's 358 teams. They're 35th worst in points allowed at 75.8. They are 15th worst in the country on field goal percentage, allowing 47.4. They are 45th worst at guarding the three-point line at 36.3% allowed, and they allow 75% free throws against them. They also are bottom 35 in defensive rebounding. So now we go to Clemson. Clemson averages 71 points per game, 71.7 to be exact. 91 in the country, ranked at 45.7 field goal percentage on 2-pointers, 36.7 on 3-pointers, which is 47th in the country, which is going to be the biggest spot for them to exploit today. And they shoot the free throw at 74%, which is great. They are 5-point favorites tonight. I have to back this team. I have to fade these guys. It's just so hard not to. We're getting here as a neutral floor. Clemson averages 74.6 points per game in games that they are favored. And also, I just really like this spot, right? We have a team here in North Carolina State who obviously played Clemson twice this season. Clemson actually hit 70 points against these guys, and they went 3 for 10 from 3, and they had 16 turnovers in the 4th game of the conference season. That was the only time they played each other. So obviously that shows that they have the ability to score. They have the ability to beat this North Carolina State defense pretty easily. And I'm going to be backing Clemson to get the job done tonight and score 74 points. I don't think it's that hard to ask against this defense, who is absolutely abysmal. As you guys seen against that Wake Forest game, they allowed 101 points to Wake Forest, and it was just over in a quick split second. They were tied at halftime. I believe it was like a 3-point game, and then all of a sudden Wake Forest just blew them out. So backing on this Clemson side to get this done for us today. Again, guys, if you could please drop a like. Obviously, we're at 1,000, I think around 20 subscribers, pushing to get to 1,500 by the end of this March Madness. We're going to be grinding, guys, and have videos, going to have content, going to have live streams, going to have probably V-Money on more of these morning streams like that. So if you guys could, please drop a like. It goes a long way. Subscribers are growing, and I appreciate every single one of you. So now I'm going into the late night game for me. It's going to be Wright State, Northern Kentucky, over 133.5. It was 134. I did buy the half-point down. I wanted the hook off, and I'm going to give you the reason why. I really like this matchup. I think that this is going to be a very fun game to watch. Probably I know me and Vaughn talked about it, the best game on the slate matchup-wise here, because Wright State's offense is great. Northern Kentucky's defense is great. And then Northern Kentucky's offense isn't that great, and Wright State's defense really isn't that great. So it's going to be best on best, worst on worst. And I think that we're going to see some points galore in this one. So Wright State in Northern Kentucky obviously played twice this season. This is the championship game. And it hit in both matchups, 73-63 in the first matchup. In that game, it hit this number, and there was 28 turnovers, high 60 possession. I believe it was 68 possessions total, and they only shot 55% from the free throw line in that one. Obviously, a lot of points left on the board there. Next game, 30 turnovers. Wright State shot 37% from the field, and they both combined for 14 for 40 from three-point line and still scored 146 points. The Wright State pace is the pace that is going to be taken in this one. I think that we see both teams start to run up and down. We see Wright State as a top 100 pace in the country. We've seen both teams at the top 200 of offensive efficiency. And I just really like backing this spot here. I talked about it on show. I believe the guy's name is Marquise Warwick, and then Grant Basili for Wright State. Wright State, that is their center / forward. And Warwick is the point guard for Northern Kentucky. Both guys are the best players on their team, and both guys get to exploit the worst part of the other opposition. Warwick has averaged 19.5 points in both games against Wright State this season. I don't see a reason why he cannot continue that. Basili has been the man for this team all season for Wright State, and is one of these guys that is an NBA. I won't say he's an NBA talent, but he plays like an NBA center in his ability to stretch the floor. So I like teams in this close matchup. I like this team I like these teams with a 1-point spread. Both teams shoot free throws decent. Wright State shooting 76%. Northern Kentucky 70%. Obviously not great at 70%, but I'll take that Wright State one there. Shooting in the top 35% there. Overs have been flying over in if we're going to look at trends for Wright State. Last 6 games as underdogs, 6-0. 6-1 in their last 7 versus a team with a winning record. I think that we just see trends match up here. I think we see points galore. I think we see a very fun, close game, hopefully with some fouls at the end, guys. So thank you so much for tuning in. Again, if you guys do want, check out the video with me and V Money. That's where you're going to see his plays as well. He is a very sharp guy working for NBC. So make sure you pop in, check that video out. Even if you just scroll to the end, it doesn't matter to me. Just as long as you're checking it out and making the money with us, that's all I care about. That's all we want to do, is just want to take that bookie money. So thank you guys so much for tuning into this quick video. I appreciate every single one of you guys for tuning in with me. As always, you guys are the best. Have a good one, and best of luck tonight.